I'm sure you guys are familiar with the term with your literary experience, but I really want to emphasize the importance of character development. So what is character development? I know it's kind of cut up on the top, but strategically I wrote it on the board because you never know what technology kind of goes in and out. But character development is creating a believable character through their personality and traits. So characters, whether you're writing or reading, they make or break the success of the story. If you're not invested in the character, then you're not going to be invested in their story. So when I want you to think about character development, there's three things I want you to think about. Make it, see it, and believe it. All right, so let's say it together.
Make it, see it, believe it.
Perfect. So what do I mean by make it? So when a new character pops up in your book, I want you to acknowledge the character. So you make it, you acknowledge that there's a new character. Acknowledge the character. Alright, so now we've acknowledged that there's a character. See it. So see it and believe it kind of go together. So see it is the external or physical traits of the character. So physical traits of the character. That's like saying Casey has a blue hat or a gray hat on and glasses and she's a female. So you can see and imagine what the character looks like. Believe it is when you know that character through and through. You know what their thoughts are. You put them in a setting and it's breakfast time. You can pick exactly what they're going to pick for breakfast. So I know, Casey, you love Harry Potter. So what would be Harry Potter's Patronus?
Stag.
Exactly. So you knew it like Harry Potter was your neighbor. Like you hung out with him yesterday. That is great character development. My mom, she read The Hobbit. So many characters, she just could not keep track of them all. That is not very good character development. So what happens if you do have that moment where there's so many characters? What is an example? This could be a study little tip too. What's an example that you do if there's so many characters? How do you organize that? Yeah.
Well, typically when I read, I like to take notes of what's happening, so I write their names down and
For sure, exactly. That's what I did the same thing too. A lot of people do character development sheets. That's also really nice to have. iPhones nowadays, super nice. You can write it in your iPhone and make a list. That's a good way to organize the characters. So we're going to practice character development through The Great Gatsby. Great Gatsby, it was written by F. Scott Fitzgerald in the 1920s. And it's about this mysterious man, Great Gatsby, his name is Gatsby, and he has this kind of like a love battle with his ex-lover, Daisy. So this is an example of from The Great Gatsby, and now you have the reading. We're just going to skim over the paragraph really quick together up here. But otherwise, I do have the book if we want to look at it later. Just because of time, I just want to make sure that we understand character development, and then we'll go through it more in depth as the lesson goes on. So first off, make it. So right away, I'm Gatsby. You can tell there's a new character right at the front. So what's next? See it. So what are some examples of characteristics of the Great Gatsby? Yes.
An elegant young roughneck.
Oh, yeah. Perfect. There you go. Yes.
Wait, what's a roughneck?
Kind of weird. Like I said, it's written in the 1920s, weird language. So Roughneck, a little story about Gatsby. He pretends like he's royal and he's very elitist, kind of bourgeoisie. But you never really know. You never get a full story of Gatsby. So Roughneck is someone who's worked hard, been through a lot of battles, had to work for where his standings are. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. What are other things about it? Yes.
He's a year or two over 30.
Haha! So those are like physical traits of the character. Okay, so believe it. Some examples of believe it is Nick, who's the narrator, says, I get strong impressions that he was picking his words with care. So sometimes in the paragraph they talk about you kind of have to use your imagination and understand the paragraph and infer. That's kind of like making your own conclusions to the paragraph. So that kind of shows up to his bourgeoisie. He cares about his image and what people think about him. So next we're going to watch, oh, this is a mess. Next we're going to watch the video